All right, Preds Nation, before Johnny comes in here and yells at all of you, go to sleep with a positive feeling that tomorrow the Tennessee Titans are going to be 9-2. There's no possible way at all I can jinx this. The Tennessee Titans are going to be 9-2.
Get out of my chair.
I gotta go. Preds lose 6-3 to the Montreal Canadiens. You guys knew a rant like this was going to come eventually if the team played like this tonight. Did you guys realize that these two teams last played each other right before the 2020 NHL shutdown? So Preds Nation, let me ask you, did you know it was over when it was 2 or 3-0? Because you certainly knew it was over when it was 4-0. One of the lone bright spots coming into this game, pre-game, was it was announced that Mathieu Olivier and Alexandre Carrier would be playing their first NHL games in their home provinces of Quebec. Google Riley Tufte if you haven't heard the story yet of what Rick Bowness did to him, but it doesn't make him look very good. John Hynes with a much better move tonight. This is the first Preds game since Tuesday, and a lot of us thought that, hey, 3 games rest would do them some good against an inferior opponent, not to take them lightly, and be very rested. Well, obviously they were rusty. After losing to one of the best teams in the league on Tuesday, you thought it would be easy to beat one of the worst teams tonight, but nope. They absolutely came out and crapped the bed. After Ryan Johansson's all-alone chance right in front of Montembeault to make it 1-0 Preds if he had scored there, the Habs went the other way, scored 1-0, and then after the first, in the second period, it was all downhill from there. Early in the second period, Luke Kunin, yes, that's Kunin, CBC TV crew, stop saying Kunin. Kunin couldn't use a blanket for cover, and Anderson had all day to pass the puck over to Dvorak, and he made it 2-0 Habs. Mathieu Olivier, in front of his home crowd, trips Brendan Gallagher, and right off the faceoff, right off the power play, less than 10 seconds, Gallagher lets it rip, and now it's 3-0 Habs. Coach John Hynes calls a timeout. Totally the right move to make at that point. Well, the guys must have had their heads up in the clouds while Coach Hynes was talking to them, because pulling for the Habs makes it 4-0 Habs. Then, only 37 seconds later, with the Habs goal horn still ringing in their heads, here comes Poling, and he makes it 5-0 Habs. Well, rightfully so. Saros is done for the night. In comes David Rittich. Not Saros' best night, but certainly not all of his fault when nobody was showing up in front of him. As Rittich is suiting up, Coach John Hynes takes this moment to rip on his team again. A few brouhahas between the Preds and Habs before the second intermission, as the Preds can't score, so they might as well take out their frustration on a team that wears a red jersey. Ultimately, we would get to almost halfway through the third period, still 5-0 Habs. 13 minutes left to go in regulation. Oh, and would you look at that? Number 95 decides to show up and continue his goal scoring hot streak, and he gets his 10th of the season. Well, it's 5-1 Habs. Certainly, this is just a little bit of lipstick on a pig, and it's nothing to be excited about. Just over 7 minutes left to go in regulation. Duchesne scores again. It's his 11th of the season. Wow, a 2-goal night. That's good, and now he's 2 shy of the record he set, even though it's low, of 13-2 seasons ago with the Preds. Well, again, just lipstick on a pig. Nothing spectacular is going to happen in this game. Did you really think after it was 5-2 Habs that the Preds were going to come back in this one? Like, really? Oh, look, Duchesne decides to get a hat trick. That is so Preds. That is something they do, I would wager, probably almost the majority of the time, if not at least half, that they get a hat trick in a losing cause. It is now 5-3 Habs. And I say again, how many of you thought that they would actually come back?
I thought they might.
I didn't ask you. See, you knew it would only last so long. Preds pull Rittich down by 2, and Montreal scores into the empty net. Final score, Habs 6, Preds 3. 3 days off should have served as a nice reward for this team to pick itself up, dust themselves off, and get well rested after a game that Saros was basically the only one that showed up in to perform up to their caliber tonight. But nope, they were rusty. I really wonder how much they practiced. In terms of overall execution, because they didn't score in the first, in terms of overall game, they really only showed up for one period tonight. Yeah, they outscored the Habs in that period. Really, it would have been 3-0 if that was the first, because the last one was an empty net. But it's a 60-minute game. Certainly, you cannot do this multiple times a season, or else you risk losing the room. But tomorrow, Coach Hines, when you get back to Smashville, at least once tomorrow before the game on Monday, to serve as a reminder of what playing for this team means for a 60-minute effort, bag skate them. If I'm Coach Hines and they tell me, hey, we want to watch the 8-2 Tennessee Titans go for 9-2, well, I hope you DVR'd it, because line rushes now. They have the red-hot Anaheim Ducks on Monday night, the always troubling and testy Vegas Golden Knights on Wednesday, before the Devils come in here, before they have to go right on the road the very next night, Friday and Saturday. Fix this now. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, click a like if you like that rant. Click subscribe so you won't miss the next time. There'll probably be another rant pretty soon just like it. You can find my social media by clicking on the channel name. Tell all your friends about Predemption and Preds Nation. Be prepared tomorrow to watch a good team actually not play down to an inferior opponent.